after months of apparent reluctance to engage with Kiev on the same level as Moscow. China said that it will send special representatives to Ukraine and hold talks with all parties on reaching an end to the conflict. Chinese state media said that President Xi Jinping told his Ukrainian counterpart President Volodymyr Zelensky in a phone call, the first that the leaders have held since the war began in February 2022, that Beijing will focus on promoting peace talks between Ukraine and Russia. State media added that Beijing would make efforts for a ceasefire to be reached as soon as possible, in order to end what China called a crisis, rather than a conflict. Commenting on the call, which he described as long and meaningful, Zelensky said he believed it would give a powerful impetus to the development of our bilateral relation. The timing of the call and China's decision to send emissaries to Ukraine has raised eyebrows among political and defense analysts, particularly as Ukraine is widely known to be preparing to launch a large-scale counteroffensive against Russian forces in a bid to retake territory in the east and south. A number of analysts believe China is eager to halt the conflict before there's a massive escalation in the fighting as the spring's muddy season passes, allowing offensive operations to begin again in earnest, and as Ukraine receives more military hardware from its Western allies. The spring months are basically coming to an end and it's time for counterattacks to begin, so I think China wants to be seen as immediate mediator before that escalation. Max Hess, fellow in the Eurasia program at the Foreign Policy Research Institute. That's a view shared by Alexander Musienko, a military expert and head of the Center for Military and Legal Studies in Kiev. He was, however, surprised at the timing of China's call, as he expected it might wait and see how the counteroffensive proceeded before intervening.